The dreams of a few fashion students came true when Wicked costume designer Paul Tazwell came to campus yesterday.
If you're a fan of poetry and relaxation, then come hear all about the Celebrate Recovery Walk and Poetry Reading that's being held tomorrow.
Kent State ambassadors are helping students celebrate World Kindness Day. Find out how they're celebrating and how they plan to bring awareness to hazing.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, Portage County, and welcome to KSTV at 6 o'clock. I'm Emilio Hernandez.
And I'm Lexi Blatnick. Thank you for joining us this Friday evening. We begin tonight with a recap of award-winning costume designer Paul Tazwell's visit to campus. Our reporter Nikki Gajeski has more.
The Kent State School of Fashion got a lot more magical with both a display of Wicked movie costumes and a visit from their designer. As a part of the Visiting Artist Series for the Kent State Museum, Oscar winner Paul Tazwell visited campus.
I stand here today, back at Kent State, where so much of my journey began. Grateful to my family, my mentors, my collaborators, and my community.
A main focus for Tazwell was to give back to his community.
I remember being in their shoes, and indeed, I am that like they are. That is still a part of me that I carry daily.
The visit came about because of a Kent alumna wanting to do the same.
I did an interview with him for Essence talking about the costumes for Wicked, and so I talked to his publicist and him about coming to the school, and he was open to it.
While on campus, Tazwell visited 2 fashion classes to give feedback.
They had us, display some of our garments from the last project.
And as far as your shade, was that you were just playing strips that how they work together?
So we talked about my garment for this first project, and he basically just told me I need to find more ways to maximize my themes.
While Tazwell's visit was one short day, these students were changed for a lifetime.
Already seen so much of the students interacting and hopefully seeing a little bit of what's possible and seeing themselves in him.
He's one of biggest black designers to ever win an Oscar award. So and specifically in design. So definitely that's at some point I want to be there in my life.
Tazwell's visit wrapped up with a discussion about his work. Wright says she's thankful he was willing to provide this opportunity to Kent students.
It really touches my heart because I didn't expect the response that I did, and it was just really overwhelming that the students were so happy to come and see him and hear what he had to say, and I'm just glad I could be a part of it.
He is everything that I'm about. It's one of my highest priorities because I wouldn't be here if I didn't have a group of mentors that did the same for me.
For KSTV News, I'm Nikki Gajeski.
Fans of poetry and relaxation will be pleased to know that the Mental Health and Recovery Board will be hosting the Celebrate Recovery Walk and Poetry Reading at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Attendees will walk from the United Church of Christ to the Kent State Wick Poetry Center to read poetry. The event is open to everyone, regardless of their poetry writing skills.
A Northeast Ohio Sheets customer won Big Win's top prize of $100,000. The customer bought the $5 scratch-off ticket at the convenience store on North Levitt Road in Amherst, where he beat the odds of 1 in 1.5 million to win. Lottery officials say that after taxes, the winner will take home about $72,000.
Multiple checkpoints around Ohio are planned for this weekend to look for impaired drivers. The cities and counties that will be hosting the checkpoints starting today are Cleveland, Solon at Harper Road from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., Sandusky County at Rawson Avenue from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Brook Park is planning a checkpoint this week, but no further details have been announced. And Summit County will have multiple checkpoints from today to Sunday.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
to your daily forecast. Without further ado, let's jump right into the weather. As we take a look at our broader map here, you'll see that in Toledo, Columbus, and Cincinnati, it's going to be more you're going to stay in your 80s all through here. Cincinnati going to be in your higher 80s over here in 89. And as we look towards the Pittsburgh area around here, it's going to drop down to 82 with Athens down at 62 degrees and Akron, Canton around 81. As we zoom in here, you'll see that, there we go. You'll see that in our hometown of Canton, it's going to be around 80 degrees with Worcester and Canton, Ohio at 81. So we looked towards the top near Ashtabula, it's going to go down to 72 with Cleveland, Sandusky in more of your mid-70s. Mansfield down there is going to be around 82 degrees and Youngstown at 81. All right, let's take a look at our hourly forecast here. Today we're looking at 8 p.m. It's going to be around 70 degrees up there. As you're going to slightly drop down to 61 degrees when you reach around 12, and low chances of rain. So just be prepared for that. You know, just keep it in. Keep the umbrella in the cars. We're good there. All right, today's going to be 85, just like the rest of the week, you know, just keeping it high, and that sounds like summer weather. All right, that's it for today's forecast. Check out more at the Kent Stater. I'm Nick Sheffo.
Kent State student ambassadors celebrated World Kindness Day by setting up a Word of Affirmations drop box at the K.
Kent Stater TV's own Sophia Elena was there to tell us more.
Hi guys, that's right. Students gather at the K this Friday with one mission: share kindness, gratitude, and positivity, reminding their peers that small gestures can make a big difference.
This Friday with one mission: to share kindness, gratitude, and positivity, reminding their peers that small gestures can make a big difference.
With this event, we're kind of just taking a very small step for people to connect and make sure people feel welcome into the Kent State community.
Hosted by the Kent Student Ambassadors, the Writing of Kindness event gave the opportunity to anyone passing by to pause, grab a marker, and write uplifting messages for their peer.
Getting a simple positive message in your day kind of lifts you up and makes you feel like that there's people here who care about you.
The event had the goal to celebrate World Gratitude Day, and through that, kick off Anti-Hazing Week, where it tied both together in a way of saying that acts of kindness and gratitude can help fight hazing.
So this is a great way for us to give time and talent to helping a cause such as World Gratitude Day, while also focusing the importance on anti-hazing.
The idea is that students would spread positivity, kindness, and gratitude to make the campus a more supportive and safe space.
With World Gratitude Day being such a positive event and positive day throughout the world, we kind of want to highlight the positives that can happen and what we can do as a community to kind of bring positivity to campus in light of the negativity that we're trying to drown out with the anti-hazing movement.
Each message was written anonymously, and all of them will be displayed in a box at the Student Center, where anyone passing by can take one whenever they need a few uplifting words.
On the giving end of this, I think it gives people the chance to put a little bit of positive impact into the Kent State community. And on the receiving end of the note, you could just be making their day.
Kent State Anti-Hazing Awareness Weeks begin on Monday, with events scheduled each day to promote awareness and education across campus. For KSTV, I'm Sophia Elena.
The remains of the man who was charged with murdering his 3 daughters have been found.
We turn to Faith Nelson for more. Faith?
Thanks, Lexi and Emilio. On September 18th, authorities believed to have found the remains of a man named Travis Decker in a remote wooded area. The Washington State man has recently been accused of killing his 3 daughters, Olivia, Evelyn, and Peyton, in late June of 2025. Authorities have been searching for Decker since the crime, and positive identification has not been confirmed yet. Also yesterday, a fugitive by the name Jeffrey Sycophus was arrested in Portage County. Sycophus had a warrant out of Cuyahoga Falls and was wanted for arrest after he fled from Portage County sheriffs during a previous encounter. He is also being charged with aggravated possession of drugs and possessing drug abuse instruments. To finish off the segment, a man named Jamie Triplett is charged with aggravated robbery, kidnapping, aggravated menacing, and disrupting public service after kidnapping a woman at knife point on Wednesday. In court, the judge advised Triplett of the charges, setting his bond at $1 million and scheduled for a preliminary hearing on September 25th. This is also not his first go-around. According to court records, Triplett is a Tier 3 sex offender with a 2012 rape and kidnapping conviction. With all of that being said, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to tune in next Friday to hear more news from me with KSTV. I'm Faith Nelson.
The Federal Trade Commission is suing Ticketmaster over alleged illegal business practices. We have the details and more.
President Trump had a phone call with the Chinese President Xi Jinping today and says they've made progress on a deal to allow TikTok to remain active in the U.S.
Hey there, welcome to Kent Core.
Kent Core?
Kent Core. To Kent Core.
Brushy, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brush your teeth. Make sure you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Did you know that children growing up with poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children that grow up with good air quality? And unfortunately, poor communities have poor air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this. Today, the IQ Air Foundation provides filtration technology to schools with poor air quality through our Clean Air for Kids program. Our goal is to help over 50,000 school children every year breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, helping to level the playing field, reduce barriers to learning, reduce sick days, and increase test scores. Mitigating poor air quality is key to environmental justice. Help clean air for kids reach more children at IQAirFoundation.org.
10, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
If you've talked to any concert goer, you might have heard them complain about Ticketmaster and its high ticket prices. Now, Ticketmaster and its parent company, Live Nation Entertainment, are being sued by the government for allegedly practicing illegal ticket tactics. The Federal Trade Commission says it costs concert goers billions of dollars in inflated prices and additional fees. CNN Michael Yoshida has more.
The Federal Trade Commission leveling a litany of accusations against Live Nation Entertainment, suing the parent company of Ticketmaster for allegedly failing to crack down on ticket resellers, and thus forcing customers to, quote, pay substantially more than face value for tickets of popular concerts and events.
Americans are sick of having to fork over an arm and a leg to take their family to a baseball game or to see their favorite show, their favorite musician.
The lawsuit allegations include dishonest pricing, with fees often hidden and added at the end of purchases, which the FTC says can be as much as 44% of the final cost, misrepresenting how many tickets are available, and that company claims of imposing strict limits on ticket purchases are false.
Ticketmaster knew this was happening and let it happen because a lot of these sales were then going to Ticketmaster's secondary ticketing platform. And that means that, Ticketmaster and these brokers got to pocket profits.
Taylor Swift's Eras tour brought heightened attention to price gouging when resale prices hit tens of thousands of dollars. Backlash led to Live Nation CEO testifying on Capitol Hill. President Donald Trump has also signed several executive orders on the issue. Live Nation Entertainment didn't immediately respond to CNN's request for comment on the lawsuit. In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Google's testing nonprofit technology to stop the spread of non-consensual intimate images online. The tech company is working with the nonprofit Stop NCII. The nonprofit's technology lets users put digital fingerprints or hashes on intimate images. The information is then shared with other platforms and prevents them from being re-uploaded without having them be reported. It's time to discuss stories about the political landscape of our country.
KSTV's own Stephen Strink has more.
Thanks, guys. From TikTok to the New York Times, politics touches every part of our lives. Let's take a look at today's updates. Ashland County Sheriff's Office is investigating controversial buttons made by the Ashland County Democratic Party. According to sources, Ashland County Sheriff Kurt Snyder said that the Democratic Party table at the Ashland County Fair had some suggested lines on buttons that suggested things about President Trump. Sheriff Snyder says that the table has been removed for the rest of the fair week. President Trump today had a phone call with President of China Xi Jinping. During the call, they discussed many different things, but the major thing being the discussion of a deal to sell the social media platform TikTok. Trump is looking to have the platform's assets sold to United States investors. A bill was signed by former President Biden last year to ban TikTok, but it was halted several times by President Trump. The Writers Guild of America East in Manhattan, New York City today protested against ABC's decision to indefinitely suspend the show Jimmy Kimmel Live. The suspension stems from controversial state comments that Kimmel made on his Monday night monologue regarding Charlie Kirk's assassin's political party and whether or not Kirk's assassin was a pro-Trump conservative. A Florida district judge has struck down a $15 billion lawsuit filed by President Trump against the New York Times. The judge said that the 85-page lawsuit that President Trump's legal team filed did not follow federal rules for filing a civil suit. The judge gave President Trump's legal team a month to refile a 40-page or less suit. A spokesperson for the New York Times said it welcomed the speedy ruling. For KSTV, I'm Stephen Strink.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm. This is your KSTV weather.
Welcome back to the rest of your week's forecast. Let's see what's happening with your week's weather. Tomorrow, we're looking at a UV index around 6. So if you do want to get that tan, there is still, a little wiggle room there. If you still, and so it's with 84 degrees with partly cloudy, but it shouldn't be that bad. The moon phase is going to be a warning crescent for those of you who know about a lot of the moon phases. That might be interesting to you. Sunrise is going to be at 7:11 for those rise and shiners, and the wind is going to be about 6 miles per hour with humidity around 57%. Let's look at the extended forecast here. Starting strong on Saturday is going to be at 84 degrees, and it's going to go all the way up to 85, but that's going to start slightly and gradually going down from 78 all the way down to 73, picking it up a little there around 74 when it comes to Friday. Rain percentage chances are going to be around 8% Saturday, and it's going to spike up to 24%, all the way up to 61, 64 on Tuesday. It's going to go down a little bit on Wednesday, around 36 degrees, and all the way down to 24 Friday. It's going to be a thunderstorming around middle of the week, so very different than what's been happening for the rest of our previous weeks, but just be prepared. And yeah, that's all the weather I have for you tonight. For more, check out the Kent Stater. KSTV, I'm Nick Sheffo.
Taylor Swift announced a release party for her new album, Life of a Showgirl, today. This event will start from October 3rd and run through the 5th. The release party will debut the first music video from the album, The Fate of Ophelia. The event will also include personal insight from Swift herself. Ticket costs $12 and are available at all AMC theaters.
The Indiana Fever took down the Atlanta Dream in Game 3 last night. We'll talk about how they pulled off this upset and how the rest of the playoff bracket is forming.
Solo stage where the player spends most of it being hunted down by Infinite. The weapon that performed the best here was the Drill Wispen. Its ability to...
He finally is like, I get it now. I get it. I have worth because I'm me. Yeah, and I really liked it a lot. Like, I'm not...
What are you staring at? How do you know it's me? No.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for all.
Every year, 4.5 million between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Hi everyone, I'm Lillian Glaze, and tonight I'm filling in for your usual sports anchor, Zach. We have a lot to get into, so let's start off with some Kent State sports. First up, over on the volleyball court, Kent State faced off against Cleveland State yesterday, where the Flashes fell 3-0, dropping their record to 4-6. However, senior outside hitter Mackenzie McGuire led the team with 15 kills. Currently, Kent is playing the Youngstown State right now, which you can watch on ESPN+. Looking into tomorrow, the Kent State football team will be taking a trip down to Florida State. The Flashes will have a tough match up against the number 7 ranked team in the country. This game marks Kent State's second to last non-conference game before getting back into MAC play on October 11th. Kickoff is at 3:30 Eastern Time and can be watched on the ACC network. Shifting to the pros, WNBA playoffs are fully underway, with 3 of the 4 matchups already have been decided. Starting off with a title favorite, the Minnesota Lynx took down newcomer Golden State Valkyries 2-0, marking the only sweep of the first round. The Lynx will look into to continue their success in the semifinals as they wait for their next opponent. Moving over to Sin City, the 2 seeds Las Vegas Aces narrowly escaped an upset by the Seattle Storm, winning their series 2-1 off of a Jackie Young game-winning layup. Vegas now gears up for a semifinals match up against the Indiana Fever, which we are going to look at now. They were the only team to pull off an upset, taking down the 3-seed Atlanta team 2-1. A game-winning layup by Aaliyah Boston sealed the series for Indiana, sending them to their first semifinal in 10 years. With all that, that leaves one game for tonight, a game 3 between the defending champion New York Liberty and the 4-seed Phoenix Mercury. Tip-off will be at 9 o'clock with the winner heading off to face Minnesota in a best-of-5 series. With the semifinals shaping up, I'd like to give my insight on who I think is taking home the title. I think New York will take tonight's game and continue their championship defense, but I believe it will be cut short by Minnesota, who will continue their dominant run, and they will meet Vegas, who will take down the underdog Fever, making it a 1-2 championship matchup in which I have the Lynx winning their 5th title in franchise history. That is all I have for you tonight. To stay up to date all things Kent Stater or more, head over to KentStater.com. For KSTV Sports, I'm Lillian Glaze.
You've heard of a kid falling down a well, maybe even a dog falling down a well, but have you ever heard of a moose falling down a well? If you haven't, then learn all about how the big fella got saved after the break.
Is it okay over there? Is that good?
Jackie boy, look, we have been through a lot together.
Hurry up before this rain, this rain goes away.
Well, it's just,
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
How can you hate Star Wars?
Kung Fu Panda.
Star Wars. Star Wars.
Here for a late night walk.
Yes.
Night walks around campus.
Oh my gosh.
Not bad.
I always, like the swing.
Student center.
What?
Wait, care, you mean like healthcare?
CARES Center.
Student center.
Where you can get support.
A moose fell down a well on a Maine family's property in Pembroke. The Brown family recently bought a 100-acre property in Pembroke, and they didn't realize they had a well until 15-year-old Cole Brown made the discovery of a lifetime. Game wardens had to tranquilize the moose to get the animal out. Thankfully, the animal seemed to be unharmed as it trotted off. And that's all we have for you tonight. But we will return Monday at 6 for your Monday evening newscast.
In the meantime, for more news and updates, be sure to visit our website, KentStater.com, and follow us on Instagram at KentStater. I'm Lexi Blatnick.
And I'm Emilio Hernandez. Have a great night, Portage County.
Songs, even if they're bad, hundreds and hundreds of them, just to find a good one. Yeah. And then
I've been in this long enough. I feel like I know what I'm doing.
Knowing that you're basically like there and being
with that, but it has a special place in my heart. I grew up watching it so much. Have you guys seen it?
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.